Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes. In this video, I want us to have a look at a story that has been trending for about 2 days now. Budget controller flags shillings 5.7 billion salaries paid outside payroll. The controller of budget has flagged expenditures of shillings 5.66 billion on salary payments outside approved payment systems in the first 9 months of the Kenya Kwanza government. The findings of a review of salary expenditures by ministers, departments, and agencies in 9 months to March 2023 raise questions about the commitment by the government to instill transparency in its wage bill expenditures. And then besides that, there was also a story captured by Nation Africa. As for Mr. Koech, the Belgut MP, a company owned by his wife, Chepkirui Kones, has been awarded a shillings 1.2 billion contract to repair sections of Mombasa Road, Uhuru Highway, and Waiyaki Way that were damaged during construction of the Nairobi Expressway. We know that Nelson Koech is a staunch defender of William Samoei Ruto, and a company owned by his wife has been awarded a 1.2 billion contract. And then on the other side, we are seeing 5.7 billion has been paid to ghost workers for the time William Ruto has been the president. And just some few days ago, there was an expose by Nation that exposed on how 10 billion Kenya shillings was lost by the government. That 10 billion Kenya shillings, the government was to get that in form of taxes. But through some corrupt government officials, edible cooking oil was imported into the country tax-free, something that could have earned the government 10 billion Kenya shillings. So you are seeing that in just 9 months, it's scandal after scandal. NHIF is almost dead. And in the coming days, the situation with NHIF is only but going to worsen. We have KEMSA, we have NHIF, we have the 10 billion edible oil scandal, we have the 1.2 billion contract that has been awarded to this Ruto ally, and even in the 10 billion that the government lost in form of taxes, the companies that were awarded that tender to import edible oil into the country, from the expose by Nation, we were told that there are people close to William Ruto. And that's why Moses Kuria has been ranting the way he has been ranting. Yes. I want us to dig deep into this, ladies and gentlemen, for Kenyans to know exactly what is happening behind the scenes, and why I still maintain that Ruto reaching 2027 as Kenya's president will be a very big miracle. Let's dig deep. Yes. What does this mean, ladies and gentlemen? If you look at William Ruto, even before he became the president, he had very many scandals touching on corruption. And even before Kenyans went to the ballot, all these things were in the public domain. But still Kenyans went ahead and some voted for Ruto. Though I believe a whopping majority never voted for him. If you look at the individuals who have been given government jobs, CASS, PSSS, jobs in these parastatals, they are individuals who previously, a good majority, had been accused of one corruption or the other. Those are the people Ruto gave jobs. If you look at the integrity of leaders serving in this government, from top to bottom, they are not fit holding public offices. And we will still see corruption rampant in this government. Corruption will not stop. In fact, it's going to increase. And as we all know, according to Auditor General's report, Kenya loses about a third of its annual budget to corruption. In Ruto's government, it might not be a third, but a half. A half of the government's budget, of the annual budget, will most definitely be lost to corruption. Right now, the budget is 3.6. 1.8 trillion Kenya shillings will disappear as proceeds of corruption. That's one thing Kenyans should and must know. Something also coming out very clearly. You are now seeing clearly why this government will most definitely fail. It's pushing Kenyans to the wall on taxes. Yes, the government will forcefully make Kenyans pay more taxes. But at the end of the day, the taxes will be looted. So there will be no development being done by the government. And more resentments, rebellions will be emerging. And one thing that is very common about a government not performing, it becomes dictatorial. And already we have seen Ruto's government being very dictatorial, government officials talking aimlessly. That's most definitely going to increase. Kenyans will most definitely persevere, but eventually they will rebel. So this paints a very bleak picture of the future of this government. It's corruption upon corruption. I'm very sure that this tender awarded to Belgut Member of Parliament, the tender has been given to a company owned by his wife because of his close association with those in power. So this is just another tribalism, corruption, nepotism. That's how the government is running. Ruto's government is running. Total corruption. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. But from all these stories, it confirms that this is a corrupt government with corrupt government officials. And most definitely, it will not deliver. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya.